Hi, I'm Jay Jacobs, and welcome to Going Beyond the Scale. I love doing this. I love sharing what's going on with people that I work with. I love sharing ideas with our Going Beyond the Scale community. And being a lifelong foodie, someone who absolutely loves eating out. I love cooking. I love discovering ingredients. I love shopping. I even kind of like doing dishes and stuff now, believe it or not, because where we move, we have a great kitchen. I know you've not really seen it yet, but one of the reasons why I love this is because I am going to be able to start to do something I've been talking about forever. Back the idea of Wednesday's weight loss, WAIT. I've been talking about forever, wanting to do a lot of things that had to do with food because I truly, honestly love it. It's probably the only thing I've ever done in my entire life, other than I do love speaking and talking to people, yakking like I'm doing here. I love cooking. I absolutely love cooking. And I grew up with a mom that was a really good cook, not like a connoisseur, but good, what you would call kind of rural down-home meals. It was always good. Whatever mom made was really tasty. She wouldn't show me her recipes. She wouldn't show Kim her recipes. But I grew up in an environment that I really liked food. When I moved to New York, then it took on a whole new world. And Kim, from being in New York, opened my palate up to like, oh my God, all these things. Trust me, I never had half the stuff that I started to have when I moved to New York. But over time, I just expanded my whole palate. My body expanded to like 435 pounds because I was just like, I really wasn't, it wasn't because I was eating well. It was because at that time, when I was ballooning up, I was freaking binge eating, stress eating, emotional eating, secret eating. You call it every eating known to man when you really go off the grid. That was me. But after Biggest Loser, after having that opportunity to be there and to have this amazing commercial grade kitchen, incredible ingredients, I got a chance to just experiment and to play. And that's where the idea of when you hear me talk about Crazy Delicious came from, because I was making up recipes and things with really healthy ingredients that were crazy delicious. Like, oh my God, it wasn't because I was doing it. I was just like, wow, I had no idea that things like this could taste good, so good. And I think part of that was because when you start to eat cleaner, you start to allow your palate to taste the subtleties of things that you would never normally get to experience. So what I promised in my earlier post that I wanted to share was what I learned on Biggest Loser about vegetables. I hated vegetables pretty much my entire life. I never was a vegetable fan, didn't really eat them. And I don't remember the genesis of where this happened, but somewhere in my experimentation in the kitchen, I started roasting like cauliflower, started roasting zucchini, started roasting Brussels sprouts, started roasting carrots, started roasting everything, because when I grew up, my mother used to make cauliflower that was steamed, and then there was a cheese sauce on top of it, which was hideous. Hated it. And my mother loved lima beans, and she would, I don't know, like, I think she would just like boil them, and we'd have those and butter. Okay, my mother put butter on everything, but it's like every vegetable we had was horrible. Okay, now this sounds weird. I don't know why. When we had spinach my entire childhood, I never had fresh spinach. I didn't know it existed. Mom would get Del Monte canned spinach, and I don't know where it came from, but our family, when we would get a spinach, she would heat up in a pot, and then we'd put some vinegar on it. I do still like that. I don't ever buy it, but I mean, I actually do like canned spinach with vinegar. It's weird. I don't know. Canned corn we'd have. Just like everything. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, actually was really like an organic gardener, early adopter organic gardener. And she would grow fruits and vegetables and all kinds of things. And I did learn what it was like to have really tasty, fresh fruits and vegetables out of a well-prepared garden. But that was really when I was a kid. And then I also had a garden myself. Anyway, long story short, with all this stuff going on, I did not like vegetables. After I started taking things like Brussels sprouts and roasting them and allowing the natural sugars to caramelize down, then all of a sudden I was like, this is really, I would say crazy delicious. Was not a new idea, but for me, it was brand new. It was an amazing discovery. So I know you guys know it. There's a lot of people that are, understand that one sheet dish is one of the way. I don't care whether you put whatever kind of vegetable it is, you need basically a good sheet and salt, pepper, extra virgin olive oil, rompo peels, set it and forget it. Pretty much when you do all that, prep it, put it together, salt and pepper or some other spices, put it in the oven. You don't have to do anything. A lot of times will do that with my my cast iron skillet. I will do the same thing, put it in there. I will also tell you, as much as I love roasted Brussels sprouts, if you take these and you shave them through a food processor, or you take the time to, like, with a very thin paring knife, cut them very thin. Oh my God, you can make the most delicious, crazy delicious salad that is made with shaved Brussels sprouts, Parmesan cheese, some salt and some pepper, some really good quality olive oil, maybe some pistachio nuts. And it's so light and fluffy. And I'll demonstrate it probably in the next few weeks. You can get this wonderful, light, airy, crazy, delicious mound of shaved Brussels sprouts. Very, very good. So anyway, here's the thing. If you guys happen to follow what I do on my Instagram smartphone FitJ account, you'll see that I visually try to record pretty much the highlights of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, how I'm exercising, what I'm eating. And I knew without looking there that I really have not been eating many vegetables. So here I am telling you about, oh my God, I love veggies. This is great. And yet, to be perfectly frank, I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth because I have not been eating that many because I've been in this kind of like high protein, keto-esque paleo, not really doing it. And I don't know, maybe because the seasons are changing, and maybe because I feel like I'm kind of like in this mode where I'm still in this masterful maintenance mode. I'm becoming a masterful maintainer of my weight with moving back and forth. But I have some goals that I'm working on to accomplish to move my well-being, my weight down, my body composition down to another level. And so sometimes when you want to do that, you need to shift from what you were doing, the same kinds of things you were doing, because your body robotically gets adapted to what that is. So I looked at what I was doing. No surprise, there aren't a lot of vegetables in there. There's a few salads or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I need to say the same thing that I would say to anybody else. I need to start practicing what I'm preaching and get more vegetables into my diet. And we're coming into spring and summer. It's lighter out longer. There's a natural kind of pull towards that idea. So when I'm in that mode and I kind of go like, okay, I could go back to all of the things that I normally do. But what I would suggest, if you are interested in expanding your vegetable repertoire, yes, you can roast things without a doubt. I think it just makes, especially if you're not somebody that likes vegetables, it's incredible. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to say this right. I even kept trying to practice this. For as much as I love this guy's work, I always have to go to Kim. How do you pronounce his name? Okay, let me look at this again. Ottolenghi. I think it's Ottolenghi. I have two of his books. I have his book, Jerusalem, and I have his book, Plenty. I think he's got maybe at least a half a dozen books. Incredible website. He's on a lot of the food channels. He could be on Netflix as well. He's on Masterclass. I watch him on Masterclass. If you have Masterclass, he's on there. There's lots of people that are great at cooking things that are vegetable. But there's just something about the things that he puts together, the combinations of ingredients, the subtlety in the ingredients that he puts together, that not only do they inspire me to make more vegetables, but I find a lot of the things that he does with vegetables, actually, if you want something that is meat or protein or whatever, or fish, a lot of the ways that he creates things using veggies works great for any kind of a protein as well. So my suggestion is, as we're starting to move in spring and summer, it's a natural way for us to start maybe thinking more about really good quality vegetables. And I have no excuse, because literally 2 miles from where I live is a Whole Foods, and they have such beautiful produce. It's gorgeous. And they always have an interesting variety, and there's something you can kind of try. So I'm going to practice what I preach, bring that up some more. Also, where I live now, I've got a ton of grills that I can work with, and I love grilling vegetables too. Roasting, grilling, both of those are incredible. But at the same extent, like I said, if you're not somebody that's a vegetable person, then what I suggest you do is look at his website or get one of his books or somebody else in the world of vegetables that are masterful at it. Because if you think I should eat more vegetables, you probably won't. There's nothing, we don't really like when we are should doing something, because we're shoulding all over ourselves, and it's really not great. But if you, I can tell you what, you can't go through a book like this and not be like, oh, I have got to make some of these things. Okay, so that's my Friday foodie tip, whatever you want to call it, to think about. And I'm going to keep expanding upon the whole eating part of it, because, hey, look, to me, if you want to create a life that you love and live it well, there aren't too many, at least for me. I love travel. I love great food. I love spending time with my family. I love adventure. But the one thing all over the world we are going to do, no matter where you are, or no matter what you're doing in your life, every day you're going to eat. Okay, you're going to breathe. Not much else you're going to do if you're not breathing. We know we should be drinking more water. Okay, makes sense. And you should be loving your food. And I will tell you, if you're looking to change your body composition, if you're looking to actually change your weight, okay, the closer you get to eating really crazy, delicious things that you say, oh my God, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to slowly savor each and every bite, you will find that you feel better. You will enjoy everything you're eating. And it doesn't mean you can't have carbs, and it doesn't mean you can't have this and can't have that, but you're eating more consciously. You're also inspired to go like, if I'm going to do this, this, and this, let me just find a way to make it really just memorable and enjoyable. If you do that, I found that post Biggest Loser, the more I stay conscious about things that I really enjoy, the more I stay on track of eating well, what I call well, and that's a wide range, but well for me, for the most part, is less processed food. I eat processed food, but less processed food, more fresh food, some amazing ingredients, some amazing quality of things. It's sort of like if you're going to eat cheese. Cheese can get expensive, but I will tell you, if you if you get somebody, a cheesemonger, that will share with you some of the nuances of certain kinds of cheeses, the amount of flavor that's in a really good quality cheese, you just want to slow down. So everything that I'm going to share with you that's in the realm of crazy delicious, whether it's going to a restaurant, whether it's buying an ingredient, making a recipe, it's always going to be about when you get done, or if you want to serve something to yourself or your family, your friends, or whatever. Don't you want it to be really memorable? I mean, I find nothing more frustrating now when I go somewhere and I spend money and what I would call spend calories, and it's like, what was that about? Like, why? And I've gotten to the place where it's almost like I'd rather go to one really expensive place where when I say expensive, I mean it's so well prepared and so crazy delicious that it's like, whoa, this is great. Then going like, well, you know what? I don't want to spend too much money. So we go to this okay place, and it's like, okay. And then another okay place. You go to like 3 okay places, and you could have went to one and created a memory. So start thinking about your food in terms of and your ingredients and the dishes you make. You're not going to do with everything, but start to think about it more from, am I making a memory? Am I creating something? Am I exploring something? Am I discovering something that really satisfies and satiates my taste buds, my sense of that was really a great meal. That was a great drink. That was something. Better quality, less quantity. Better quality, less quantity. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. If you've never tried that, makes a big difference. So go and look. I'm going to try to say this again. Ottolenghi. I think Kim would say that's right. I wish he was here to tell me. Ottolenghi. Go take a look at what he's got. And if you want to see the 10 plus years I've been posting what I do visually, take a look at my Instagram account. Like I said, it's my way. It has been the thing that has helped me more than anything else post Biggest Loser to maintain what I'm doing, because I'm not about being perfect. But I have this, it's just interesting. It's become this habit that serves me, because even when I go off the track, I never go that far anymore. It used to be I did. I could go off the track and a few months later, I could be up 50 pounds, a few more months, 100 pounds, and heading higher. Some reason, if I visually track what I'm doing without judgment, it just, I don't know, keeps me in my lane. So guys, we're on Friday. Fridays, I love Friday. I love every day, but Friday's a great day. I know a lot of you guys sometimes have challenges in your mind, like it's Friday and then the wheels are going to fall off for the weekend. The wheels don't ever have to fall off. That's all made up story. You should enjoy today, enjoy this evening, and use this weekend as a way to kind of open up your head to like what are you going to do to like really enjoy a meal? Savor breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Savor all the meals, whatever. Get some great ingredients. Set yourself up with some meal planning over the weekend. So that's what I'd like you to consider. Each time you come into a Friday and we start sharing some stuff, think about how are you going to like literally not only have an incredible weekend, how are you going to set yourself up for success in the following week? Not restricting everything, because restricting sucks. But savoring everything is really, that's really the trick. And you can do it, and you can really create a life you love and live it well. So as always, thanks for your generosity of time. I will be back tomorrow. Now, I'm going to also put a caveat in there. I do not put things out that I'm going to anticipate that I'm going to have a problem. But I'm very excited because today I'm getting my second COVID shot. Most of the people that I know that have gotten a second shot don't feel great. Kim got hers the other day. She's on day 2. She's starting to come out of it. I don't know. She and I are different. We'll see. So my intention is to be back here Saturday and Sunday for our Q&A time that we're working with you guys on. So hopefully I'll be back here for that. I don't know. If I really feel crappy, I don't think I will. I might do it some other way. I don't know. But stay tuned. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.